I remember when I was leaving Ghana, before the plane was about to take off, I was just thinking about so many things in my mind. Am I going to successfully complete this program? Am I going to graduate? What is life in Aberdeen like? What is life in Scotland? The fear of the unknown. To the point that I'm like, will I even make it alive? For 1 week, I had not eaten wache or any jollof rice. I went walking around the street of Aberdeen, asking people, oh, did they sell rice here? The population of Scotland is not as much as the population of England, so there's not much pressure. In England, there's much pressure. Everybody want to go. Everybody want to get it. The competition is massive.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Global Scholar Podcast. The Global Scholar Podcast brings you vibrant voices and diverse experiences of students studying abroad. Delve into the compelling stories from around the world as students share their laughter, challenges, triumphs, and everything in between. Our podcast goes beyond personal narratives with exclusive insights from universities and their teams, highlighting their unique offerings, showcasing their expertise, and sharing their takes on competitive engagement. Join us on this immersive journey in preparing tomorrow's future leaders. This podcast is sponsored by IELTS Coach Online from the British Council, the co-creators of the IELTS test. Whether you're aiming for academic or general training IELTS, this program is designed to help you get closer to your target band score. Ready to start? Click on the link in the description to learn more and sign up. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is George Wilkinson and this is the Global Scholar Podcast show. In today's episode, I have an alumni of the Robert Gordon University who is currently based here in the UK as well, working and living here. And I brought him on the show, to share his experience about his UK education journey and how the journey has been after his studies here in the UK. Hello.
Hi.
Introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Martin Alohan, and I'm alumni from Robert Gordon University.
Fantastic. I'll just delve straight into it. So, Martin, can you share with us, what motivated you to choose the UK as a study destination, and specifically the Robert Gordon University as a university of choice?
Okay. That's a loaded question. I would say I had several study abroad destinations: France, Australia, the US, and the UK wasn't initially part of it because I had this perception about UK's education in terms of the cost. And I've always tagged UK's education as very expensive, so I didn't really thought of it at all. So I think I went for an educational fair in Movenpick, somewhere in Accra. And there were so many universities reps that were there. So I'd gone through all the universities that I was interested in. And just because I had enough time, I decided that, let me check the UK university stand. And I got there and I saw Robert Gordon University reps, and I asked them some few questions. And Scotland wasn't really there for me because I've heard so much story about the cold in Scotland, so it kind of put me off a bit. But upon interacting with the reps from RGU, they kind of diverted my interest to UK. So I started thinking about, Scotland might be good, RGU might be good. So I read more about RGU, checked their profile, watched a lot of videos. Then my taste for RGU started growing. So I had other schools in mind in the UK as well, but I picked those schools and compared. And at the final of it, I sent those schools to one of my mentors, and she looked at them, and based on my prospective career aspiration, she recommended RGU for me. So
fantastic. That's interesting. An interesting way to end up at Robert Gordon University. Now, can you tell us, how your experience at RGU compared to when you arrived? Did it meet your expectation?
Well, I would say yes. It met it actually exceeded my expectation. I remember when I was leaving Ghana, I was just in the plane before the plane was about to take off. I was just thinking about so many things in my mind. am I gonna successfully complete this program? Am I gonna graduate? You know, the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
What is life in Aberdeen like?
Yeah.
What is life in Scotland? You know, things like that. All these things were running into my mind.
Yeah.
And to the point that I'm like, will I even make it alive? Will I come back? Will I come back? You know, those kind of things were all running through my mind. But I got to Aberdeen. I remember when I flew through Amsterdam.
Okay.
So I was having a very thick jacket at that time. So when I got to Amsterdam, I felt like, oh, okay, it's cool. I mean, the jacket was enough. Now I landed in Aberdeen airport in the morning, 6 a.m. I remember. As soon as I got off the plane, I felt like someone poured ice block on me, and I felt so cold, and I couldn't even make a simple sentence. I had to shake I was just shivering. So I got to Aberdeen airport and the immigration part, and they started asking me questions because I was so cold. I could not answer. I could not give any reasonable answer.
They thought you were nervous.
They were like, I kind of look suspicious. Like, how can you be so nervous that you can't even talk? So I had to let them know. Say, I'm okay. I'm just cold. It's my first time here and all that. And that was my first experience in Aberdeen. The cold, oh god. But with respect to the university and the study, I think, and I was in RG during lockdown.
Okay.
2020. So I came in January, March. There was lockdown.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's delve a little bit deeper into that. I think that probably those moments may have given you some very memorable moments that you will not forget. Studying and lockdown. Can you walk us a bit through that, and maybe 1-2 moments during that period that you will never forget?
Yeah, I mean, it was a terrific experience because we've never experienced that kind of situation before.
Yeah.
And this may be far away from home, no family, no friends, because I just got into the country and all by myself, and I can't even go out and all those things. So it was a very terrific experience. But the good part of it was the fact that the university had some support measures in place. People you could just call, they reach out to you, to the extent that they even financially supported some of us that were struggling because of the lockdown. Because of the support measures we had with the church, other communities, the international student communities, we were able to shake ourselves off and motivate ourselves and push forward. And I'm really proud of the student that came during that lockdown era and those that were able to successfully complete, despite all the academic pressure and everything. We sealed through.
Wow.
I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, you have. So you did your first degree in Ghana, right?
Yes.
So one of the question I want to ask you is that, I mean, the academic culture in Ghana, and what you've tasted in the UK.
Yeah.
What are the differences?
The only major difference I would say would be in Ghana I think the education system in Ghana is more of a theoretical point of view. Theory, just get it, just understand the theory, just chew the theory in your mind, and but in the UK it's more practical. The UK is more practical. So you realize that when I first came, I struggled a bit because I was used to the theoretical part of things. So I would just go open, get some materials, read. But when it comes to, okay, how do you practice what you've read? How do you practice the theory that you've been taught? Then I struggled. So, and it's quite strict here because the plagiarism stuff. I mean, the UK's education is top notch. And Ghana's education too is top notch. It's good. I mean, it kind of helped prepared me for the UK education. That's why you realize that most international African students, the moment they come here, the moment they adapt to the UK's education, they excel. They just pick it up. So I must say Ghana's education also actually helped.
Okay, so you talked about some of the difficulties in the COVID era. But aside that, what are the challenges personally you face in adapting to life in the UK, you know, when you are just come from, you know, a very different place?
Yeah. Well, I thought I was okay when it comes to English. I thought my English was okay. I thought for English, I got a good grade in English back in Ghana. But when I go
The buts.
when I go here, my first day in lecture, and honestly speaking, I did not get 75% of what the lecturer was
You
saying.
didn't know if they were speaking English or
I don't know if they were speaking English or they were speaking in tongues. I was so confused, and you know, because it was my first day, I was a bit shy to ask questions because I look around, everybody seems to be understanding what is going on. You know, the white folks in the class, everybody was. I don't want to be embarrassed, so I didn't even decide to ask. Okay, so the first was the language. Yeah, it was English, but
it was a different form of
English, different level of English. So yes, there was a bit, but I was able to pick up, you know, got adapted to it. And aside the language, I think the weather.
You eventually adapted to the weather.
I got used to the weather.
Yeah, you get used to the weather.
You had no choice.
You had no choice.
You had no choice. You had to
adapt to.
Yeah, so I adapted to the weather.
Okay.
Yeah, job hunting and stuff like that, and you know, in back home in Ghana, it's easy to socialize with people. Yeah. But over here, most people are kind of reserved. You can't just. I mean, people will find it weird when you greet them. Good morning.
Yeah.
They'll look at you.
Funny.
I don't know you. Why you greeting me? Good morning and stuff like that. So, yeah.
So on that point, would you say that would be like the biggest cultural shock, or you experienced other cultural shocks that got you questioning? Like,
I think the most funny cultural shock I experienced was saying, "Oh, sorry."
Ghanaians apologize a lot.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, why you apologizing?
Exactly. You know, I'm like, it's not. When some say, "Oh, Martin, this happened to me," and I'm like, "Sorry," and I'm like, "It's not your fault. Why are you apologizing?" I think that was the funniest of it all.
Yeah. No, one of the things I realized, quite a few African students do, Ghanaians, Nigerians.
Yeah.
It's easy for us to associate with people from our country, our background, but I mean, outside of that, how difficult was it for you making friends with people who were not from probably Ghana or Nigeria?
It was, personally for me, it was not that difficult because I can easily approach someone. And in my class, we had people from different countries, and we were put in such a way that we had to work as a team in certain projects. So got used to some of those people, and I just had to take advantage of every situation I found myself in.
Yeah.
So I'm in another man's country. I want to know more about that country. I can't go and be relating to Ghanaians that I know what they know, but I had to relate more to people because I want to learn more about other culture, learn more about other people. So it was, for me, it wasn't because I was deliberate with that.
Okay.
I intentionally wanted to explore.
I
was deliberate with that. Yeah.
Homesickness. Did you ever feel homesick?
Oh God.
And how did you? Don't tell me you went back home a number of times. How did you deal with homesickness whenever you felt homesick? Did you ever feel homesick?
I did. It was something I still do to date. I did because like I said earlier, it was easy for me to approach people to make friends. Yeah. But then again, it's still difficult because back home in Ghana, people care.
Yeah.
People want to know what's going on with you. But over here, it's individual. You are living. Everybody's living their life. So sometimes I want to speak to someone that is from my background, someone that understands me. And the food, man.
The food.
Did you know when for 1 week I'd not eaten wache or any jollof rice? I went walking around the street of Aberdeen, asking people, "Oh, do they sell rice here? Do they sell rice here?"
Seriously?
The closest I got to African rice was Chinese. So I got Chinese and man, I ate Chinese for like 2 weeks continuously. Until I discovered another African restaurant where they sell African food. Man, I spent all my money there.
Interesting. Now, whilst you were in Aberdeen, obviously, aside academics, whenever you had a free time, what did you do with your free time?
Yeah, so I used to go to the Aberdeen beach.
The beach,
yeah. Aberdeen has a very lovely beach.
Yeah.
Although it was cold, but I will wear like 4 or 5 clothes on.
Yeah.
Then I'll go to the beach, sit there, enjoy the serene environment, the breeze, think about my life and all that. And I joined other network, like the church.
Yeah.
I joined the church was also a supporting community, the African community as well, and I was also into media stuff. So that was why I also met other Scottish people that were very friendly and helpful. And I used to travel outskirts a lot, go out of Aberdeen. I had a friend called Greg who lived in Banbury. So I used to go to Banbury, spend some chill time with him in Banbury. Very lovely, quiet place. So those are where I was spending most of my time on.
On the whole, how would you describe, Scotland? There's Scotland, there's England, there's Wales. I mean, you've lived and studied in Scotland. How different is Scotland from, the rest of the UK?
Scotland is very different.
Yeah.
Scotland is very different.
Very, very different.
Aside, I will not even talk about the weather because I've already touched on it. I will not talk about the weather, but the people are friendly. Yeah. They are nice people. Yeah. But they can be rude as well.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yes. They can be very. If you meet a friendly Scottish person, oh man, you will love them. Yeah. They will love you too. They are very good people. But when you meet the rude one, they'll be rude to you down. And another, in terms of academic aspects, Scotland is more open. Yeah, they are more open to people that want to explore in terms of education. So maybe you wanna do your own research, you wanna start your own initiative, you wanna start your own small business. Yeah. The Scotland, I don't know if it's the government or the environment, that has been designed in a way to support, to push, and all that. Yeah. But I think the population is also a factor because the population of Scotland is not as much as the population of England. So there's not much pressure. But in England, there's much pressure. Everybody want to go. Everybody want to get it. Everybody want to get that you're going for. So the competition is massive. Wow. And Scotland is beautiful.
Trust. Scotland is
beautiful.
It's a beautiful place.
The landscape.
I would have been surprised if you had left that part out.
Oh no. Yeah, the landscape. God, the beach, the mountainous area.
Absolutely.
I mean the forestry. Oh, Scotland is beautiful.
Beautiful place.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, I think that we've covered, leading up to your UK education. During your studies. Now let's talk a little bit. You graduated. Which year did you graduate?
I graduated because of the lockdown. So I completed 2021, but we officially did the graduation 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you graduated 2021. We are in 2024.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years. And you've been here all this while after the 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me, how did you transition from studies into the workplace, from the university into the workplace? How has that transition been like?
Like I said earlier, you need to be intentional and deliberate. Coming from Ghana to the UK, going through university, actually the university prepares you to fit in. Yeah. It prepares you to adapt. It prepares you to wherever you find yourself, you should be able to adapt to any situation at all. Yeah. That is one thing the university prepared us for. So it was challenging. It was challenging to the extent that sometimes you feel you're not valued enough, because you realize that back in Ghana, I mean, you have your BA, you have your masters, you expect that you should be in a certain role, a certain position in terms of in any organization you find yourself.
Yeah.
But you realize that you have your masters, you have everything, but they don't.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your masters. What they care is what are you bringing to the table.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. You say you're a business analyst. Okay, that's good. You have the masters, and if you like, have a PhD in business and anything.
Yeah.
What are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
That is what they care about.
Yeah.
Show us what you've done before.
Yeah.
Let's see what you've done. How are you going to manage to sort out this? That is what they care about. So I really struggle because I thought that after my masters, I should be able to get a good walk in and get a good managerial role.
Yeah.
But nah, that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
You send your CV, you get a lot of unfortunately, sorry, so many disappointing messages. But the good thing is showing them what you can do by apply for even if you can apply for the role you think you're above.
Yeah.
Just go for it. Now when you go, one thing is they like appreciating things. They like when they see that you can, there's more in you. They'll give you the opportunity. They'll give you the opportunity.
Absolutely.
I remember my first professional role was just it was an administrator.
Yeah.
I mean, administrator, we have levels of it. Mine was the minimal administrator.
Okay.
And I started working as an administrator, and just 4 months, I was promoted.
Wow.
Because they saw that no, this guy
has potential.
This guy has potential. I mean, it's beyond what he's doing. So I got promoted to a more significant role that I felt that okay, yes, this fit my status.
I think it's just like you're saying, it's a matter of proving what you can do, and then them realizing okay, this is what you can do.
Yeah,
here's the opportunity to do more. There's this notion that's been going around that securing a job in the UK is difficult. Is this true?
I mean, yes. It's difficult. It's difficult. It's difficult.
Well, I think it's a good difficult. It's the United Kingdom. There is competition from almost every nationality from around the world. So obviously there will be, that competition, and so that difficulty will be there.
Yeah. I mean, and I think your area of study is also important.
Very right. Yeah.
So most people that approach me that Martin, I want to study abroad, I want to come to the UK, but I'm a bit confused on what to study.
Yeah.
I always advise people that go for the tech related job, go for the technical stuff, go for the scientific stuff.
Yeah.
But
the areas that are in short, the demand is high, but they are in short supply.
They are in short supply. Yeah. Go for those. When you go for those areas, trust me, it pays off. Yeah, it pays off. You might be difficult for you to get a job, but when you get a job, you get a good job.
You get a good job.
Yeah.
Great. Martin, I think that before we sign off, what advice would you give to any prospective student from Ghana or other African countries, who is considering studying in the UK?
Okay, so if you want to come to the UK, it's not a 1 month job. It's not a 2 month job. It's not a 1 year job.
Okay.
It's something that requires a lot of preparation. You have to prepare. If it's 2 years, 3 years, you have to prepare for it.
Yeah.
And I tell people that in preparing, there are 3 aspects you need to prepare.
Okay.
You need to prepare mentally.
Okay.
It's very important.
Very, very important point.
Financially.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know the third one might sound funny, but I'm a man who believes in spirituality.
Yeah.
You need to be prepared spiritually.
Yeah.
Because if you're a Christian, pray to God.
Yeah.
Pray to, if you're any religion you have, pray to whatever you believe in, and let it prepare the road for you before you come. Because trust me, the UK, I won't say it's difficult, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone, but it's a competitive place.
Yeah.
Prepare. Mentally and emotionally, they are together. So prepare mentally, because trust me, you can come to this country and be lonely as hell. Trust me.
Oh yes.
So you need to psych your mind.
Yeah.
Be prepared, because back in Africa we don't hear much about mental illness, mental stuff. But over here it's real.
Yeah.
The mental is real. Mental health issues is very real.
Yeah.
So prepare your mind, and one thing you should have in mind is whatever goal you've set for yourself, whatever you want to achieve in the UK, it's very possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. Go for it. It's not a decision you will regret if you follow all these 3 preparation steps that I've just given. Trust me, you'll make it.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it all from Martin Alohan, who is currently based here in the UK, an alumni of the Robert Gordon University.
The best university ever.
Well, but I agree because I also studied at Robert Gordon. Very fantastic university. I agree. So, guys, if you love this episode, let us know in the comment section. If you have any other questions, just put them in the comment section below. We'll answer your questions right away. If you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe and turn on notifications so that anytime we upload another episode, you will be notified. My name is George Wilkinson. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.